So, got any good bus tours lately, Chip?
Of the grain elevators of Iroquois County. Seen one damn grain elevator, you've seen them all, and I saw 41 of them.
41? So I met your granddaughter Paula out in L.A. last Saturday at a nightclub.
You mean Paul, my grandson?
Yeah, that's right. Paul. Nice guy.
He's a prick.
Did you hear Oscar the Bull Bolansky passed away?
What? What happened?
Gremlin, 32 years after he retired, it found him on a private island in the South China Sea. Determined little buggers.
Rest in peace.
Chip, tell us about your thoughts on animals in Monday Night Combat.
Animals have no rights, nor should they have rights. But if you've got them as a pet, well, they're cute and fluffy, unless they're lizards.
Don't look now, Chip, but it looks like the tank is going to break one of your records.
Oh, the heck he is.
Who gave you that ejector switch? Chip, did they allow robots on the field when you were playing?
Yes, they did. Robots were an important part of the game back then. Why, every teammate had a robot as a friend. A friend to hold, to hug, to read to them at night.
Chip, what goes on in the spawn room, the things that we don't see? When you come alive, what are some of the thoughts that first go in your head?
Mostly it's a disgusting affair. Thoughts that go through my head whenever I was playing back in the day were thoughts of relatives of mine put on a boat, waving goodbye. I was swimming after them, and next thing I know, I woke up, my sheets were wet. It was awful.
So I understand you were a two-sport athlete back in the day.
Well, there wasn't a lot of money in Monday Night Combat back then. Several of us had to play lingerie football on the weekends to make ends meet.
Eesh.
I looked good back then.
Do you miss it, Chip?
Oh, I miss it tremendously. There's not a day that goes by that I don't wish I was down there on the field, rubbing shoulders and wiping sweat off each other. Why, the games got intense, and when we'd finish, we would usually all lay down into the dirt, and we would dry our bodies off like elephants. Some of us would spit on the others like a tusk, or what do they call those things? You know, the...
Tusks, I believe. Oh, you mean the elephant nose, trunk.
Yes, trunk. That's it.
So I understand you were a lighthouse keeper during the war.
Well, yeah, the Army found out I was fluent in giant squid. That turned out to be more of a liability than anything.
I could see that. Good Lord, Chip, what is that? It smells horrible.
Eels boiled in sauerkraut.
Give me a warning next time so I can open a window, dab some paint under my nostrils or something. Fans, remember to keep your eye out for the Bongo and the Gooch Mayhem in the AM Morning Mad Zoo Prize Patrol Bus, both before and after the game. Also, keep your eye out for Bongo's driving. He's had 3 DUIs and a hit and run in that thing so far. Watch your step, folks. Congratulations to Sarah Schmidt of Burlington, Vermont, who spotted the Bongo and the Gooch Mayhem in the AM Morning Mad Zoo Prize Patrol Bus. It was wrapped around a utility pole in the parking lot. As a thank you for fighting off the flames to drag an alcohol-soaked drunk Bongo to safety, you'll receive 2 free backstage passes to see Shark Party in concert. The band asks that you bring a six-pack with you. While we have a moment, let's get a report from Bullseye, who is live from the trunk of the Wascott's car. Bullseye?
My hands are cuffed, GG, but I can almost reach the emergency trunk release. From there, I'll try and get a visual on my location for the police.
Any other clues, Bullseye? Is the car traveling on a paved road or unpaved?
I'm not sure, GG, but we've been through 3 drive-thrus so far. I think he's eating his emotions.
Thank you, Bullseye. More on that, fans, as it develops.
Woohoo!
Today's Bullseye is brought to you by Stevenson Family Organ Farms. TA from Newport, Virginia writes, Dear Bullseye, my wife and I laugh hysterically every time you are killed because we hate you so very much. And then there's a crude drawing here of a hand with a middle finger extended.
It's uncanny, Gigi.
Bullseye?
That wasn't even a question. That was just mean.
Mean, but funny. Thanks for writing. Fans, we'd like to remind you that beauty as a normative value is entirely socially constructed, and if you choose to streak the field in front of tens of thousands of people, we have every right to judge. Fans, we'd like to remind you that all strollers and diaper bags must be accompanied by a child or one of those really cute tiny dogs, but not a ferret. Fans are reminded to leave their firearms or other deadly weapons at home, as we have plenty available at our Super Monday Night Combat gift shops. Fans are reminded to beware of objects leaving the playing field, including but not limited to bullets, grenades, fire, acid, churros, pygmy goats, waffle irons, selected autobiographies, hot lava, stale Halloween candy, pornographic beer coasters, giant squids, antique lumberjack equipment, tarragon, leather pants, tidal waves, and erotic birthday cakes. Fans, it's not too late to get your tickets to the All-Star Game. Log on to... Oops, turns out it is too late. We sold them all to a scalper. Fans are reminded that I'm professional, and the handmade signs you're waving at the press box that make fun of my divorce, my personal appearance, or my speech impediment have zero effect on my ability to objectively call the action. Thank you. Fans are reminded to check out this week's Penny Saver at the convenience store across the street and look at page 27, where I've listed my gently used chest freezer. I'm looking for $200 or just a hug. Interesting trades will be considered. The following nervous breakdown is brought to you by Grandma Betty's old-fashioned accuracy elixir. Oh, God! Oh, dear God! I've ruined my life! I don't care, Daryl! I don't care if we're on the air! You think they care? You think they care about me? Really? They're emotional vampires and I hate them! Oh, no! Fans, don't forget to play What Happened to Mickey for your chance to win cash and prizes from the Super MNC Vault. So far, the frontrunners are had plastic surgery to look like the Pope and then killed the real Pope to assume his identity and died in a brothel fire. My money's on a little combination of both. Mom, I can't talk now. I'll ask, but I really doubt that the assault can make it to your Mother's Day tea party. I said I'll ask. Tank? Maybe. Okay, Mom, Mom? Both teams are working hard to put pressure on their opponent's money ball. Of course, back in the day, you used to use large stuffed ocelots, Chip. Remember that?
Oh, yes, of course.
I can't really remember why.
You can't even find them anymore.
It's going to be drove into extinction. This moment of quiet introspection is brought to you by the National Poetry Foundation, who reminds you that no one ever got laid reading some broad-a-freakin' John Grisham novel. The Poetry Foundation, helping to heal the human race through poetry since 2014. This moment of relative quiet is brought to you by the National Poetry Foundation, who reminds you that one poem from T.S. Eliot is worth at least a gallon of whatever C-grade penny peeler you're trying to force down her gullet. The Poetry Foundation, helping to heal the human race through poetry since 2014. This moment of relative inactivity is brought to you by Smedley's Regeneration Bars. Whether you've lost a toe in an escalator or had a chunk of ear bitten off in a bar fight, don't reach for the phone, reach for a Smedley's and relax. Now in special obesity. Today's Ask the Veteran is brought to you by Focusol. M.E. from Dexter, Ohio writes, Dear Veteran, what is your favorite dessert? Veteran?
I am the black ooze, the primordial fear from which nightmares await their placental expulsion. I am the Crypt Keeper, the grim reaper, the soul sweeper, deep inside your phantom wish for death-loving embrace. I also like Strawberry Shortcake.
Delicious indeed. Thanks for writing. While we have a moment, let's go to one of our Wascott clones who has an injury update on the jackpot for us.
I'm afraid there's not much to report, Gigi. All's pretty quiet here in Bullseye's dressing room closet.
I'm sorry, Westcott. Did you say Bullseye's dressing room closet?
I meant bot infirmary. Hold on a second, Gigi. Surprise, Bullseye! Look! I carved your name into my thigh! Ah!
Today's Ask the Wascott is brought to you by Roundhound. CG from Honolulu writes, Dear Wascott, when I sent you that fan letter, I had no idea you would show up at my home, follow me to and from school, and make my life a living hell. Will you please stop stalking me? Wascott?
No.
Okay, there you have it. Thanks for writing. Now, you've got some interesting advice for shower time, Chip. Can you give us a little...
Yes, well, besides the obvious, not dropping the soap. It's important in the shower not to let the heat get too hot, because then your skin gets kind of red, and if it's really hot, it can blister.
Now, Chip, is there any advice you would have for avoiding a banana peel?
Oh, yes, of course. Well, avoiding spending time in South America is the first step. Second of all, when you're in the produce section, you want to focus more on your lettuce, your grapefruits, your carrots. Avoid the bananas because they're really slippery.
So my dog's sick, possibly dying, and my ex-wife is suing me for custody of her.
Oh, you want me to put her down for you?
Oh, that'd be great. She works late at the hair salon on Friday nights. Make it look like an accident.
I was talking about the dog.
Of course, right. No, I think I'll just pay for the surgery. Thanks, Chip. What's with the chef, Chip?
That's my private sushi chef. Didn't MNC Brass get you one?
I got a cream cheese and bologna sandwich and some celery sticks for lunch.
Hey, can I have your cream cheese? Tatsuya's gonna make some Philadelphia rolls for me later.
No! So, Chip, now that I'm single again, I thought I'd throw an orgy.
Oh, great! I'll work on my magic act.
You do know what an orgy is, Chip, don't you?
Oh, of course! What better way to prove to folks that I have nothing up my sleeve than to do my act in the nude? Jeez, duh! You were passed over for an Emmy again, weren't you?
What makes you say that?
Well, you brought your Central Idaho Sportscaster of the Year award to work with you. You've been clinging to it like a security blanket all day.
You're just jealous!
Gigi, why are you only wearing a towel? You know we're just getting 15-minute shoulder and neck massages, right?
It's the third Thursday of the month, and every third Thursday is no pants day, Chip.
Jeez, duh! Hit me. Hit me again. Again!
That's 11 cards you have now, Chip. How can you not be over 21?
I thought we were playing koi-koi. I almost got a yaku.
Never mind. The VP of Programming for Super Monday Night Combat is going to stop by the booth later. Man, do I want that promotion.
Relax. I have an in with her. I unwittingly spilled the beans on an affair she was having to her now ex-husband.
How is that an in? That's horrible.
Well, it gives us something to talk about.
There's a wet t-shirt contest over at Mixer's later.
Oh, not tonight, thanks. The undershirt I'm wearing is a bit too threadbare to flaunt in public.
Right, of course. Of course, Jim. Remember those two waitresses we met at Romine's High Pockets last weekend? One of them gave me your number.
I know. I paid her to give you a fake number. You've been so on the edge lately, I thought it would give you some confidence.
What? Then who have I been pouring my heart out to over the phone this past 2 weeks?
Oh, some psychic hotline. Don't worry, the first 10 minutes are free. Gigi, have you seen a small vial of pigeon pheromone anywhere?
Is that what that smell is? It's all over my chair.
Oh. I'd stay indoors for a few months if I were you. Maybe even board up the windows.
Son of a... So, Chip, are we celebrating something?
Not really. I just thought wearing a dinner tuxedo would help class up the place. Champagne?
Don't mind if I do. Who's my little princess? Who's Daddy's little snuggle peppers? Who is she?
Gigi, I don't mind you bringing your cat to work. But do you have to talk to her like that?
I'll make you a deal, Chip. Call this week's game for me so I can take her dress shopping for her kitty prom and I'll knock it off.
No deal. You need to get help.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors to see who has to interview the Wascott later. 1, 2, 3. Damn it. Best of 3. 1, 2, 3. Damn it. Best of 5.
Come on now.
Oh, this is so boring. You said these hermit crabs would fight if we put them in the same bucket.
I thought they would. Maybe we can get their tempers up if we tell them that the other hermit crab was talking trash about him. Hey, he said your shell looks like a fortune cookie. Wait a second, maybe that is a fortune cookie.
I'm done here. Wait. Are you really saying that Trudy Denmore made a better Estelle on Meet the Meat Sacks than Nell Blankenship?
Oh, there's no question. Trudy brought that character to life. And you'd know that if you were a real fan.
Does being a real fan mean you have to donate your brain to science? Because Nell was way hotter than Trudy.
I'm not talking to you outside of my announcer persona for the rest of the game.
Fine. Listen, Chip, I know you take your role as editor of the Super Monday Night Combat Employee Newsletter seriously, but I really wish you'd squash this upcoming investigative piece of yours.
I'm sorry, Gigi, but the voice of the people cannot be muzzled by the rich and powerful.
I hardly see how Gigi Stack's feet are their all-time smelliest is the people's best interest.
I know several wardrobe assistants who would beg to differ.
Damn it, Chip, it's hurting my dating.
Hey, so Gigi, who's your friend there?
Oh, it's Ling Ling. We've been dating for almost a month. Ling Ling, meet Chip.
Okay, you know she's a doll, right?
Don't I ever. Vroom, vroom. Can I pick him or what, Chip, huh? What's that? Of course we can get some ice cream later. Oh, Ling Ling. So Ling Ling and I would like to have you and your wife over for dinner some night.
By Ling Ling, do you mean the life-size rubber doll you bought when your wife moved out?
I mean the woman with whom I want to spend the rest of my life with, Chip. I thought you of all people would understand.
Yeah.
Chip, you really need to stop feeding the Emperor tamarins around here. They're starting to become a
I
menace.
can't help it, Gigi. They're so cute.
Or at least stop grooming their mustaches with a tiny mustache comb. It really creeps me out.
I don't think I can, Gigi. Something tells me I might be the dominant, non-breeding female within their dominance hierarchy.